Three of the most common types of lightsaber blade tips are the round tip, the bullet tip, sometimes called pointed tip, or the parabolic tip, which is essentially a hybrid kind of between the bullet tip and the round tip. So the rounded kind of tips here, both round and parabolic, are nicer for dueling, and that's because they're rounded off. So otherwise, the pointed tip or the bullet tip can be a little pointy, can hurt a little bit during dueling. So that's generally not recommended that you use a pointed tip for that purpose, and sometimes it's not even allowed to use that for that reason. So that's something to consider. Now, appearance-wise, I know some people like sort of the more bullet or parabolic shape. So that's often a reason, people will get these type of shaped lightsaber tips versus the rounded tip. They just think the appearance looks a little more in universe, more similar to lightsabers you see in the movies. So that's definitely something that people look at. And finally, price-wise, so sometimes the rounded tip, kind of this dome tip, is a bit cheaper, or it will be kind of the standard blade tip that a lightsaber blade will come with, and a parabolic or pointed tip or bullet tip will be sort of a premium. It'll cost just a few bucks extra to get one of those. So, and that seems to be because in order to make, the shape of the parabolic or the pointed tip, it's a little more involved than just the dome here. So that's just kind of a quick summary of a few aspects of the three most common lightsaber blade tips. Again, they're the round tip or rounded tip, bullet tip, sometimes called pointed tip, and finally the parabolic tip, which is basically a hybrid between the round tip and the bullet tip. Feel free to comment below.